Here are the first 3 videos you need to make for your organization that will radically enhance the way you do business. Maybe you just hired a videographer, maybe you're thinking about it, or maybe your video strategy just isn't where it needs to be. Either way, you need to make these videos as soon as possible if you want to see growth in your business. And luckily, Mandy York, one of our expert video trainers, is here with us today to let us know what those videos are. Hey Mandy, how's it going?
Hey Austin, everything is going well. How are you?
Doing great. It is so good to have you here to talk through some of these videos. And that being said, it's 2023 and we realize that, video is important to our marketing strategy. But when you're just getting started, what are some of the 3 basic videos you should hit first?
That is a great question, Austin, and it's actually got a pretty easy answer. Whenever I first start working with a new client, one of the things that I really want to make sure we have down rock solid so that we have the perfect foundation for everything else that we're going to do is I like to make sure that every video on the website is good and that we have it in plenty of strategic places to ensure that anybody who comes across our content knows exactly where they need to go next. And so among those website videos, there are 3 that I really focus on in the first few weeks or the first month or 2 whenever we're working with a new client. And so they are all selling 7 videos from the visual sale, of course. But the first of these that I make that I think is also the easiest to make is a bio video. And we do these for everybody who's customer facing. So anybody that a person, a consumer, a client, a customer, whatever, that may interact with your business, if they are going to come face to face with somebody, they need to have a bio video available. You really cannot discount the psychological impact of videography. It's the one thing that you really, really gain, I guess, by using video instead of just written content. You get facial expressions, body language, the tonal inflection of someone's voice. You get to actually know them before they ever come in contact with you in real life. And that's a blessing for both the customer and the person in the video.
That makes a lot of sense why that's one of the first ones you want to get down, because you're already building the foundation of that trust with your customer. Yeah. What's another video that would be great to kind of start out with?
All right, well, the next one, again, I'm starting with website videos. So the next one that I would pick would be landing page videos. There was a study, and for the life of me, I cannot remember where it came from, but they did a study that said that anytime you ask somebody to fill out a form on a website, they equate it in their brain with kind of the same level of giving something up as if they had given you $20, handed you a $20 bill. And in a landing page video, a good one, it's short, sweet, to the point, and you just have somebody that gets on screen and they say, hey, whenever you fill out this form, this is what's going to happen. And then they put a little disclaimer at the bottom that's like, we do not sell your information. We are not going to be handing this out to anybody. You're going to get 1 email or 1 phone call. And then you stick to that. That's the other part of this is if you promise it, you say you're going to do it, you have to do it. And so you make your landing page video, you tell people what you're going to give them that value proposition that should mentally equal to at least $20. And then they fill out their form, and then you don't hound them forever. That's the key to building trust in that way as well.
Taking that step where in the beginning everyone was like, oh, they'll just trust us. But like you said, so many bad things have happened that just having that video there is just a step to say, hey, you can trust us. If you fill out this form, we're not going to be like those other people. So yet another one that just kind of establishes that trust so that somebody's comfortable reaching out. Yeah, so what's the third and final video?
All right, I've got one more, and this one's hard. Let's be fair. The first 2 are easy. They're 60 to 90 seconds. You can batch shoot a whole bunch of them and edit them all kind of in the same way, and then you throw them up on the website and you're done. But the last one is called an 80% video. And an 80% video is a video that is going to answer about 80% of the questions that people ask on a regular basis. And then we've placed that video on our website, and then we also send a link to it whenever somebody inquires with us. And so they will say, okay, they fill out the form and we want to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll send that first email that's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for reaching out. We're so excited to get to know you. Watch this video. In that video, it answers all of those questions. And so this does several different things for me. Number one, it means that I'm not spending so much time, like an hour times 10 a week, answering the same questions over and over. But the really, really valuable thing that it does for my business is, and I know this sounds counterintuitive, so bear with me, it stops a lot of the sales conversations in their tracks. People, and I'm just going to be honest, like my services are expensive, especially for the area that I live in. So whenever somebody inquires and I fire back and I say, hey, this is like our starting cost, an average couple spends X amount of dollars, whatever. I can't give them the exact price, but I give them a ballpark. And I say, this is kind of the average. A lot of them ghost me. And at first that kind of hurt my feelings. I was like, okay, rude. But at the end of the day, those people were never going to book with me anyway. They never had the money to do it. And so if I am stopping that sales conversation in its tracks before it gets started, I'm saving myself a Zoom call, saving myself a coffee consultation, I'm saving myself, hours of work that I would have put into somebody that was never going to close in the first place. And so providing that information up front, answering these questions up front, shortens my sales cycles. The average time means that the only people that are ever actually coming face to face with me are people that absolutely want to work with me. And half of my job is already taken care of.
That's super cool. Well, thanks for sharing those 3. One more question kind of on top of that is, if I don't have a videographer yet, are those videos something I could like try to make on my own, at least get a starting point before possibly bringing in a videographer later to make them a little bit more higher production value?
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to throw out, like, your iPhone can record in 4K now. Your, like your DSLR that you have left over from vacation from 3 years ago can do this. You don't have to be a professional videographer to build trust with your clients. Does it help? Does it make your life easier? Sure. But if you've got the drive and the wills to succeed and you really want to do this, there's never been a lower barrier to entry to such a technical trade before. Shoot it with your iPhone, throw it into one of the AI video editors, check out Descript, look at all of the different things that you can use to create these videos without even understanding what an NLE or a gimbal or a LUT is. You don't need all of that to start building trust with your clients.
Awesome. Well, that's super cool. Thanks for sharing those 3 simple, trust-building, and great videos with us.
All right. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Having a good video strategy in place is key for building the trust that's needed for someone to decide to do business with you. Being able to see you, hear your voice, and see how you do business will give them an up-close and personal view to see what it's like to buy from you. And while there are a lot of videos you can make to help build that trust, these 3 are an excellent way to get started. Do you need help with your video and content strategy? Reach out to one of our coaches like Mandy today at impactplus.com.